Y'all want to hear some new UGA? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Hey, nobody was prepared for this tonight. We got a fucking army in this motherfucker. Magic. We got an army in this motherfucker. Boogeyman, start that shit. I need y'all to repeat my shit with me. Let's go.
Couple $100 grand, I ain't money.
Mob shit.
One phone call, you can get touched.
Mob shit.
Every good time you to do this.
Mob shit.
Every fella's always got a full clip.
Mob shit.
Family is on the down low.
Mob shit.
Go with the family, get your eyes closed.
Mob shit.
Every good time you to do this.
Mob shit.
Fellas always got a full clip.
Mob shit. I got homies in my crew who ain't afraid to touch you. Come through with the middle fingers like fuck you. Rush you and start tripping like mushrooms. Plus who pull the kid so we got you. Bring the Lord, get your homies on board. Never should've let Jamie or Paul give me a sword. They never should've let me get together with George. Emily and M.O.B. clipped up like the whore. Buckshot. The heater in the lunchbox. Hanging with the knuckleheads, banging like a bump box. Still federal, not afraid to touch blocks. Pushing weight from the hood to the boondocks. Yeah, you put the villains back together. Mob shit, the underground good fellas. More than like Fratelli's, got these haters getting jealous. Man, I took my shot and ran like Jerome Bettis.
$100 grand, I ain't money.
Mob shit.
One phone call, you can get touched.
Mob shit.
Every good time you to do this.
Mob shit.
Good fellas always got a full clip.
Mob shit.
Family is on the down low.
Mob shit.
Go with the family, get your eyes.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Kendo back with another Juggalo News exclusive interview. Today I'm sitting down with the homie Buckshot. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, homie? Good.
Shit, man. So I guess we're just gonna dive right into this bad boy. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You guys have been out on the road with Twisted doing your the UGA shit.
Right.
How'd that go for you guys, man? How was it out? Just being out touring.
Tour's been awesome, man. We got 2 days left. We got tonight in Detroit and St. Louis tomorrow, and tour's been awesome.
Nice.
A lot of fan support. A lot of people coming out. First time seeing Underground Avengers live, and just the whole tour in general. Scum and Insane Poetry and Alazul. It's been an awesome tour.
Yeah, it's a great lineup. It seemed like it was going to be a crazy tour. I'm sure you can't get into crazy details, but any good road stories out there? That's always a tough one for artists. Like, I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
Yeah. I might need to keep that one on the chest.
All right, we're gonna plead the fifth on that one. So, all right. We know Anomaly just dropped. Is there anything you guys got coming up? In the future, maybe another album you guys are working on, or even a tour of your own?
Right now, we are in the process of booking a Underground Avengers headlining tour.
Nice.
Sometime in 2019. I'm not for sure the time frame, but outside of that, I'm working on some new solo Buckshot stuff.
Okay.
And but right now that's kind of what's on the future.
Anybody specific you guys would like to take out with you?
There have been some names mentioned, but I don't think I can mention them right now.
Right. But no, I'm saying as far as like yourself personally, like, I'd like to see so and so, or would that be given away?
Yeah, it would kind of be given away because who I'd want to see on the tour is probably what's going to happen.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah, so I get you there. Actually, one of our other crew members was wanted to know your guys' stage set. I personally haven't seen it because I didn't make it to any of the shows yet, other than tonight, obviously.
Right.
But apparently you guys had like some type of like a spaceship or something for the stage set.
Yeah, we actually had a custom spaceship built
For real?
for the stage.
Oh.
It was it's almost 10 feet tall.
Oh, for real?
9 feet
You
wide.
guys gonna have that tonight, or?
We were originally going to, but what had happened, it was supposed to be for the whole tour.
Okay.
And it was so big that with Draven's drums and all the lighting for the Fright Fest,
Okay.
it didn't work for most venues. and we just decided to just save it for the actual UGA
Okay.
headlining tour.
Oh, okay, so it'll be out when you guys go out in 2019.
Right.
That's mad fresh. Hell yeah. I'm looking
But
forward to
it's a pretty impressive looking
that.
ship. That
I'm not sure if you're familiar with Hazen. He does all the photography.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the one asking about that.
Oh, okay, right.
So we got your question in, brother. We know you've done a lot of projects with a lot of underground acts. What would you say has been your personal favorite, or like somebody you really like working with? Obviously, Cass and Boondocks. I mean,
You mean projects or artists?
well, just in general, projects or artists.
I mean, my favorite project that I've ever done is probably my Weirdo album.
Okay. Yeah.
My solo Buckshot Weirdo. But I mean, doing the Anomaly '88 album was definitely up there too.
Okay. Nice. So we know that UGA is now signed to MNE, and I know you were just talking about you are working on your solo record. Will that be released on MNE, or is that something that you're just doing on your own?
So crazy, like all the questions are all loaded. All I can say right now is I'm for sure dropping a solo album in 2019.
Right on. So either way, it's coming out.
Yeah, it's for sure coming out. So
That's what's up, yeah. So UGA has been around for a while now. How did originally you guys hook up and like come up with the concept and like just the birth of UGA?
It started like when Boondocks first left Psychopathic, and him and I were talking about doing some stuff together.
Right.
And then Class and I have been talking about doing some stuff together, and Class and Dirty were cool.
Right.
So we just kind of like made a phone call, and we're like, why don't we just like do like a group project type thing? And at the time, we just like made it happen.
That's fresh though.
It's kind of like just kind of really random and spontaneous.
Kind of all fall into place,
Yeah, no, and it totally
Yes.
did, and we ended up making like a cult classic album.
Yes, extra fresh. If you guys don't know about it, check that shit out, and definitely check out the new album. It's mad fresh too. That kind of leads me into the second part of that question. You seemed like you guys were apart for a while there. Who sparked the interest or the idea to come back together? And
Well, it was a situation that I got contacted for doing a concert down in Fort Worth, Texas, and the promoter hit me up and was like, Class is from down this way. Would you be opposed to doing some songs with him? And I was like, not at all.
right.
And then like he called me the next day and was like, what if we got Boondocks involved in the show? Would you be down with doing some UGA songs? And I just didn't really think like it would happen. I was just like, sure, why not?
Right.
And then he called me the next day and said he talked to George, and it's like Boondocks is coming. So it just kind of started out as a solo Buckshot show and turned into a
That's actually mad fresh.
UGA show. And then the show was like so successful that George hit me up, 3 days after the show, and was
Right after the show.
was like, you all had a lot of people come out to the show, and like we need to do something. So
Nice.
that's kind of where it like was reborn.
Well, that's cool because that's like the magic of it all. Because again, it kind of just seemed like everything was just right place, right time, all fell together.
Right.
The magic of it all, man. I love that shit. So the track Thanos, there was a lot of artists on that track. How did that come to be, and who chose the artist? And like, was there anybody else that you guys maybe wanted on there?
I mean, Thanos started obviously on the first EP. We had Exit Wounds,
Okay.
which had 16 other underground rappers on it.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, it was the last track.
Okay.
So we kind of wanted to do a follow-up.
Right. Okay.
And, where the first one was just kind of more like hardcore underground.
Right.
Kid Crusher was on there.
Okay.
Kung Fu
I
Vampire.
think I do remember that now. 'Cause that does sound familiar.
Jason Porter. There was just a bunch of underground
Right.
cats on it. And we wanted to do like a follow-up song, but like raise the bar as far as
Definitely did. For
Put-
sure.
put, bigger name artist
Right.
on it. And So, you know, we got 7 to do the track and just kind of started reaching out to artists that we were homies with and was like, hey, this is the idea, and everybody was in.
Everybody, yeah, that's dope. Track like that, it seems like it'd be quite difficult to put together, I'm sure, with everybody's schedules and shit. Like, you know.
I mean, it wasn't super easy.
Right,
you know?
right. Like, it was
Yeah.
not.
I mean, when you're dealing with artists of that caliber from all over the country, and they're busy, and you know they got their own schedules, and you're like waiting on verses from people.
Right.
I mean, it was it got a little tedious at times, but you know we pulled through.
Right, right. So, this one might be, actually, this is one of my personal questions. The Juggalo March, you were one of the only artists, actually, I think you were the actual only artist besides Psychopathic artists to come and rock with us at the March, which I fucking love that, man. Mad respect for that.
Thank you.
That, to me, that was the shit. Like, everybody kind of had their own, like, views and opinion on the March and, like, what it meant to them. What did it mean to you, and like, you know, for come out there like that? That's a huge step, man. Like, anybody who was there knows that was a huge thing.
I mean, I thought from the jump, I think like juggalos get a bad rap.
Right, right.
I mean, you know, obviously they're not gang members,
Oh, of course not.
and you know, it's just like anything. I mean, you can be part of any group or organization, and if you got some group of people that's doing something stupid, it's going to make them all look bad,
Right,
obviously.
right.
But I just believed in, believed in the whole point that juggalos aren't a gang, and there were a lot of artists who said they were going to march and they were going to perform, and they didn't. You know why they didn't? I don't know.
Right,
It's
right,
none of my business. But you know, especially with a lot of people backing out and turning their back. Like, I felt even more obligated to fulfill my obligation because
Right.
I said I was going to do it, and, you know, I'm glad I did.
Yeah, no, and a lot of the old schoolers like myself, like I said, we had mad respect for you showing up because, like, for real, like, nobody else showed up besides Psychopathic artists. So, like, for you to step up and, you know, play a role, and that was the shit, man. For real,
Well, thank
mad
you.
fucking respect for that.
I appreciate that.
I guess we'll lighten it up a little bit. Tell me a little bit about some of your inspirations. Like, who made you decide to get into music? You know, maybe some of the stuff you grew up on.
I mean, early on, you know, I was always a huge fan of Ice Cube.
Nice. Yeah.
You know, NWA was like early day inspiration. But I mean, you know, going on, I mean, you know, there's been a lot of inspiration just through a lot of the music that I listen to and movies I watch, and I mean, you know, the whole entire underground, you know.
It's hard not to be inspired. There's so many.
Yeah, I mean,
dope artists out
there really is so many dope artists that I know and music that I listen to, and you know, I just kind of soak the culture in and just write what comes natural.
You were talking about the album coming up. Is there any? Again, this might be something you don't want to give away. Anybody that you're trying to work with on that album?
Yeah, right now I'm not disclosing any
I figured.
information. Yeah,
Had to ask, you know.
right, for sure.
Well, I guess we're gonna wrap this bad boy up because, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Is there anything that I didn't go over that you'd like to discuss with the fam, or anything that you possibly want to plug or shout outs or anything of that effect?
Not off the top of my head.
Right.
I mean, I appreciate you having me on, and
We appreciate you taking
you know,
the time, man. Like,
shout out to all the juggalos out there holding down Underground Avengers and holding down the underground in general.
right.
And I apologize for my voice. We've been going on this tour. We've been
Yes.
going through some super nasty, rainy, cold weather, and my voice has been like this for like 5-6 days. So
Shit, just going out on tour, you're gonna blow out voice regardless.
Right.
Lots of cough drops.
got them in my pocket right now.
See, I already know. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap this bad boy up. And again, thank you for sitting down with us. We
I
really
appreciate it,
appreciate it,
man.
man. And thank you all for watching.
Peace.
This is for my weirdos. What?
This is for the class holes.
Fuck you!
Anybody that's hating and trying to stop what we do.
This is for the scarecrows. This is for my weirdos. What?
This is for the class holes.
Fuck you!
Anybody that's hating and trying to stop what we do.
I do it for the underground and all my weirdos. I do it for my villains and my superheroes. I do it for my juggalos and all my juggalos. I do it for my people banging this and bringing that. The simple fact is, most of y'all some actors. Acting like you got something you don't, to me is whack shit. Fucking wannabes, you should've done your mad kids. You don't wanna rumble with the Hulk, I like to smash shit. Anybody out there really wanna prove a point? Cause most of you don't have enough hustle to move a joint. I promise they don't want me face to face and bumping heads. And y'all don't wanna see the weirdo when he's blinking red. Cause I get violent like Joe Bruce, Grand Theft Auto in this bitch, we talking no rules.